Hi everyone, welcome to Chamanjima YouTube channel. My name is Lillian. For those of you who are new here and you've not seen any of my videos before, and this is your first ever video, I'd like to say thank you and welcome aboard. And for those of you who've been here before, you know what we normally discuss about. So it's normally on this channel we talk about business, finance, and life in general. And today we're going to be discussing about success. How can you become success in life? So it's sort of a cliche, but actually, when you deploy all these tips and hacks that I'm going to be sharing with you, to be fair, they're not tips and hacks, these are things you've actually had before. But today, I just want you to take them in and actually go ahead and implement them such that you're able to be successful in life, whatever success means to you. And it could be around life in general, it could be around business, it could be around your health or whatever the case may be, whatever you want to achieve, you've got to be able to have something set out for it. And the number one key to setting yourself to be successful in life is setting clear goals. So, setting goals is basically moving from point A to point B. For example, if you want to lose weight, you have to decide that, okay, the first step is to weigh yourself. How do you feel about yourself? And from that point, you decide, okay, let's say 80 kilograms, and I want to get to, 60 kilograms. What measures am I going to put in place for me to be able to get to that desired weight? I use weight because it's something we can all relate to. However, these skills are actually transferable in whatever you're doing in life. It could be a business, it could be your career. You have to be able to set clear goals. Now, when you set your clear goals, you have to have an action plan. What are you going to be doing in place? Again, we'll go back to weight example. So you will decide to change your diet. So you have to be preparing your meals in advance rather than you waiting for last minute and deciding, okay, what am I going to be eating today? And you're just rushing around before you know it, you actually order it and takeaway. I'm not saying takeaway is bad or fast food is bad, but if you're doing this on a daily, we all know at some point that's when you start tailing off, and before you know it, you're going back to that size where you actually do not want to be, or you're actually putting more weight on. So the idea is to have an action plan, put steps and measures that you're going to be able to follow. You have to write them down and follow them through. Now, when you do that, you also have to set a time. You might say, I want to lose this weight in the next 6 months. When you have a guesstimate, that helps you to stay focused. So you're actually following through what you've actually decided to go about, whatever goal you've decided to set. So you have to be able to have clear goals, action plan, and then having a guesstimate or setting a deadline. So having that time that is going to be put onto your goal and deciding, okay, so this year my aim is to start a YouTube channel. For example, this was my aim last year. That was my goal, but I didn't start a YouTube channel until last month in September. So although I didn't start at the start, the time that I decided to do it, I have decided to go ahead and do it, and here we are. So, setting clear goals, action plan, and then having a guesstimate of when you're actually going to be able to achieve your goal. And point number two around being successful in life is consistency. Boy, oh boy, I cannot stress this enough. So, consistency, I don't know if you've ever heard of this saying where it says success is rented and the rent is due every day. You can't just do one YouTube video and then decide and then you think, oh, that's it. You have to be consistent. Whether that means you putting out a video every week, which I do, or you decide to put out two videos on a weekly or monthly, but you have to be consistent. You have to keep on doing what you've decided to do, continuously doing what you set out to do so that you're able to achieve your goals. And then point number three is around work ethics. So basically, work ethics, you're willing to do whatever it takes for you to be able to achieve your goals. Lazy and successful cannot be in the same sentence. So when you're lazy, you might be able to achieve that success that you want. Let's say within a week's time, you can see the results of you losing your weight. However, if you start being lazy and then you start tailoring off and then not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to be guaranteed to get back to where you are. So you go back to point, where you started from, and that's not what you want to be doing. You want to go ahead and continue to um, live the life that you want to live. So you have to have your great work ethics. So you have your talent, but then your talent is going to be combined with the way you work. What things are you putting in place? Like, are you determined to go ahead and do what you need to do? One example is waking up early. That is one thing that I don't want to be doing. But at some point in my life, I've been able to do that, or I have been not forced. I've had to do it because I knew the benefits of me actually doing it, which then brings us to another point, which is discipline. So, discipline is having these things combined: work ethics and consistency. You being able to say that, I use myself as an example because I think I'm relatable. And one thing that I do is I read every single day, no matter how tired I am. And like I've said before, I predominantly do work nights. So when I come back, I am shattered, absolutely shattered. So I'll have a shower, meditate, and then I'll read for 2 hours. But on my way back home, I'll ring my dad. These three things I do consistently because I know that they're going to be able to help me become a better person, become a better business person, and become a better person generally. So, discipline is another aspect around being, another key to having a successful life. And then another point is sacrifice. Now, I did a video where I shared that I do an extra shift every week religiously, without a doubt. And the reason why I'm sacrificing now is because once my business has taken off and is able to fund itself, then I don't have to be able to do that extra shift every month. It's the cash flow for my business. So instead of me taking out a huge loan, I don't have to take out a huge loan. I can take out a small loan and then supplement that with me working daily, working on a weekly, having that extra income coming into my business. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I know the end goal. So I'm sacrificing now such that I'm able to enjoy later. So it's having that short term pain for the long term gain, sort of thing. And I strongly urge you, if you're able to take up a second job that's going to fund your business or help you do whatever you want to achieve in life, or let's say set up a business or do a course, whatever, or you want to learn any skill, whatever sacrifice you've got to make, it might not necessarily be taking off another job. It could be taking on a new skill. So you're sacrificing, you're learning now, so you're able to achieve this, so you're able to use that for your long term gain. And then that brings us to another point, which is the ability to learn. Now, learning is in so many ways. You can learn by listening to podcasts, watching a YouTube video like this one, because it's more about educational and learning purposes, and then, going to seminars. There's so many ways that you're going to be able to learn. Now, whatever you learn from all these people who've been there, walked the talk, or walking the talk, or have given you all this advice and guidance, you should be able to then formulate your own idea to go ahead and do the things that you want to do, implement whatever you've been told, and then tweak it so it's able to get you to where you want to be. So that is another point where you have to be teachable. So don't just be a learner, but also be a student. So being a student is basically taking on the advice from other people, listening to their podcasts or watching their YouTube videos or reading a book, and you're combining all these aspects such that you're able to go ahead and implement what you want to do in your life. And then another point or another key to having a successful life is the continuous pursuit of knowledge. So This is a point that I took away from reading the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I strongly urge you to go ahead and check this book out. I learned so many things from that book. But one thing that I'm going to be sharing is that continuous learning, continuous pursuit of knowledge. Wherever you get your knowledge from, you have to be consistent and you continuously learning. As the saying goes, the more you learn, the more you earn. So you have to continuously learn, continuously change your ideas. This is going to help you to pivot. If anything was to change, let's say in the algorithm, because that's what we use in the internet world today, you should be able to take on the knowledge that you've learned to actually go ahead and change your idea. So for example, companies that did not actually um, start selling online lost out billions of money. One of those companies, Primark, here in the UK. So this is something that they really, really suffered with because they haven't got an online shop. So they did really struggle when everything kicked off. So you have to be continuously learning such that you use that knowledge to change, to pivot. So you're not static. You can't just say, oh, you know what, I can't go ahead and do this thing because this is what we've always been doing. No, things change. You can't be the same as you were yesterday. You have to keep on learning every day. That's why I read on a daily and so that I'm able to continuously gain knowledge so I'm able to be a better person, be able to tweak things in my business, and be able to continuously become successful. Another point is around you having a clear purpose. So basically, purpose to me is the same as your why, your motivation, your inspiration, that no matter what happens, this is something that keeps you going. I know that my journey and what I'm doing with this YouTube channel is going to inspire other people. So I'm doing it for that inspiration for other people that may be shy, people may not be able to know where to get the knowledge from, people that may not be able to find somebody they can relate to, somebody from an immigrant background where they can say, okay, you know what, she came to the UK, she's been able to go, she's been able to come here, be able to find a job, go to school, and start an online business. So surely I can do this. I can relate to this person. So still having that inspiration. That is my why. It keeps me going, keeps me motivated, and also having that desire of wanting to live on my own terms. So that is another thing that started my business. I want to be able to work from anywhere in the world, work from at whatever time in my 24 hours. So having to have that desire, having that ability to live wherever you want to live with no geographical ties and not having any financial stress and being able to carry on living like that is another aspect that keeps me going. So knowing your why, having that purpose in life will keep you motivated and will help you to, be successful in life. And then another point is the never quitting attitude. Now, I'll share a story. It's a quick one. So, when I started out on selling on online, I started out last year. So, on the 26th of December last year, I launched on Amazon, and I did not expect the sales to go as they did. I was really surprised. And then come January, I had sold out. Because I did not expect it to be like that, it meant that I was not ready, I was not prepared to, start bringing in more inventory. So by the time I spoke to my supplier, it was the Chinese New Year in February. So which meant that the factory shut down completely. There's no production whatsoever. And this is something I had not prepared for. So I had no inventory for February, March, until sort of April. That's when I actually got the inventory back. But that meant I lost my position, my ranking on Amazon. And I was like, I was almost quitting because I thought if I don't have the inventory, it means I'm not going to be able to sell. What's the point of me going on with this business? But I stayed on and I'm still selling on Amazon. Now, what's happened now? So I was like, it's not going to happen again. So I divided my inventory into two. Basically, one of the inventory came by air. So it was air freight, and then the other one was sea freight. The air freight came in within 2 weeks' time, and I was able to start selling again. And I knew in another 4 weeks, I'll be able, I think it's about 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be able to get the other inventory. Guess what happened? So I got an email. This is about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, all that time I've been chasing up my inventory. And I got an email from my freight forwarder saying that UK Customs decided to destroy a container that had all our goods in there, not just me, other suppliers as well, and they're going to be able to reimburse. Now you tell me if that's not one thing that you would think like, you know what is the point? Because I've had sales trickling around summertime and they're starting to pick up and I'm selling out on some sizes and then I have no inventory. I am back to square one. But I am not giving up. I am determined to be the biggest supplier of the most comfortable scrub trousers for women in the UK, healthcare professionals. I will eventually venture out and start doing different colors. At the moment, I'm only doing navy blue, but I'll do other multiple colors and I'll also do the men's version as well. But at the moment, it's strictly for women. So having that never quitting attitude, sometimes you have things in life that just, those challenges that just drain you. And you think, well, you know what is the point? Let me just start all over again. But no, I am not doing that. I am not quitting. I am going strong. So yeah, that never quitting attitude should keep you going and it will tremendously help you become successful in life. And then the last point is taking risks. So I've shared before that I invest in the stock market, and all the money that I invest is capital that I'm willing to lose, basically. So when you're willing to take risks, calculated risks, it helps you to stay on board, it helps you to stay focused, and it helps you to be a better person in business and in life as well. Because I know with the stock market, there going to be all those dips and gains, but there's always that year on growth that helps you keep that balanced out. So taking a risk in business as well, like you buy a course. When you buy a course, you're not guaranteed they're going to be able to be successful. It doesn't say that your business is going to take off. It doesn't mean that your business is going to do well. No, there's no guarantee for that. However, when you take that risk, do you take all the steps and measures that you need to be taking to be able to be successful in your business, and I am 100% sure that you'll be able to be successful in your business as well. So I have shared with you 10 key principles that I use in my business, in my personal life, to be able to be successful in life. So, like I always say, visualize your higher self, be the change that you want to see, and that's it. I shall see you again in the next video. Thank you. Bye.